standing up.
That was the story with Charlie Murphy.
Tell a story about Charlie Murphy?
Or your favorite?
Boy, there's so many good Charlie Murphys. You know, the thing with Charlie Murphy is he used to just make us laugh all the time. And I used to ask him about all the old Hollywood shit I was curious about. Like when they used to accuse Michael Jackson, I remember asking once, I go, Charlie, do you think Michael Jackson actually did those things? And he said, let me ask you a question, Dave. He said, say it is illegal to f*** women. How long are you staying out of jail? So God bless Charlie Murphy, wherever you are, Charlie.
There was one comedian even Dave Chappelle never tried to play around with, and that was Charlie Murphy. Whenever Charlie stepped into a room, the whole vibe shifted instantly. This wasn't the type of guy you joked with lightly or tried slick industry tricks on. Charlie spoke his mind, kept it raw, and didn't care about impressing powerful people in the business. If he had something to say about you, he said it loud and clear, and somehow had the whole room laughing while doing it. That fearless energy is exactly why, even though Chappelle ruled comedy during his era, there was one man he clearly respected enough not to cross. Charlie Murphy had a reputation that carried serious weight, and people knew he could expose anyone while still making it hilarious. So let's break down how Charlie built that reputation and why even someone as sharp as Dave Chappelle knew better than to test him.
Brennan tells this story, the co-creator of the Chappelle Show. He tells this story about you, that there was an actual situation where you grabbed a Tech 9 off a dresser and you were going to deal with a situation of some sort, and your brother Eddie says, hey Charlie, you know this isn't a movie, right? You know that this is real what you're doing right now. Look at that look on his face. You remember the details of that story?
Yeah, I remember the details of that story, man. I don't really want to go into the details of that story because the person who was involved in the story with me and that person have resolved our issues. And for me to come on television and bring it back up and make a joke about it, because it wasn't a joke when it happened. It was a very serious situation, and it got resolved with nobody getting hurt. And to bring it back up, you know, it would be like picking a scab off a wound. There's other people was involved in that story besides me.
Can you speak without?
I just put it this way. I wasn't the one that was scared.
He was an OG. Like Charlie's been around the block. He's, you know, his brother is Eddie Murphy. He's seen the epicenter of like the fame that we all wanted to.
Charlie really exploded into the spotlight on Chappelle's show, where he turned into a straight-up legend with his famous True Hollywood Stories segments. These sketches had Charlie retelling wild run-ins with huge celebrities, and every story was crazier than the last. The best part? The way he told them had people crying with laughter while the stories kept getting more unbelievable, chaotic, wild, and somehow still believable. Think about the legendary Rick James story or that unforgettable Prince moment. Those sketches instantly became comedy history. People still quote them today because Charlie Murphy had a way of turning unbelievable moments into stories that felt real and hilarious at the same time. But what truly made Charlie different wasn't just the crazy stories themselves. It was the way he delivered them.
A large part of the reason that I got to be successful. Like literally, he changed my life just by saying, I fought Rick James many times. We were like, what?
Rick James.
Fought Rick James. Charlemagne, Jesus. Whoa. But no, he said he fought Rick James many times. We tell us a story at lunch, and it literally, from then on, it just changed. It changed.
We gonna hang out with Rick James tonight, you know what I'm saying? And he comes out the room, and I look at him, and I'm not both. Man, I seen like an orange, his aura or whatever. I seen it. He's orange.
Charlie didn't soften the details or try to make powerful people comfortable. He spoke plainly, laid everything out, and didn't care about following Hollywood's quiet rules. Charlie also wasn't just another comedian trying to get laughs and fit in with the crowd. He carried himself with a certain energy that made people instantly respect him. Not in a threatening way, but in a confident, fearless way that made it clear you shouldn't try playing games with him. When Charlie walked into a room, people could feel that presence right away. In interviews and behind the scenes, Charlie had zero interest in Hollywood politics or doing favors for powerful figures. If something looked shady or just plain ignorant, Charlie would call it out immediately. He had a way of speaking that made people pause and really listen. That honesty is also where you start seeing the real connection between him and Dave Chappelle. Both of them understood that the entertainment industry comes with a lot of strange power games and pressure behind the curtain.
So watching Eddie's success had to be bittersweet for a guy like you because
it was not bittersweet. It was I can't tell you
Bitter.
how proud I am about my brother. There's nothing bitter about it.
Be honest for a minute.
I'm being totally honest.
There must have been
To see someone rise above that, okay? Because before my generation or whatever, I can't look back and go, oh, yeah, you know, my uncle went to Harvard and he was this.
Right.
No, we was, you know, regular American black people, you know, struggling.
Your brother is probably the greatest stand-up I've ever seen. Now,
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
and I've told Eddie that. But Eddie made you his bodyguard in a way that.
Well, you know, when I came out the Navy, that's all I was actually qualified to do. You know, I was
Right.
When I was in the Navy, I worked in the boiler room.
Right. So you got out and Eddie gave you
didn't
a
have
job.
a boiler room where he needed
Now look,
employees. So
you get out of the Navy. Your brother's a superstar.
superstar.
You're the bodyguard brother, and everyone looks at you like, oh man, he's just there because Eddie's giving him a job. I mean,
I never went to my brother and asked him for anything.
nothing.
Nothing.
Put you on salary.
My brother put me on salary. He gave me a job. I didn't ask him to give me a job.
Right.
He asked me, do I want to work for him?
And all you got to do is hang out and protect Eddie.
Charlie never acted starstruck by the system. If anything, he questioned it openly and warned younger comedians not to accept just anything for a quick paycheck. And even though Chappelle's show helped turn him into a household name, Charlie didn't step into that spotlight blindly trusting the industry. There's actually a reason Charlie Murphy never reached the same level of fame as his own brother, Eddie Murphy. In early interviews, Charlie openly talked about how some of the higher-ups behind Chappelle's show were unsure about him.
Nobody liked Charlie. Nobody was funnier than that. And some of my biggest laughs in my life were Charlie. Yeah. I miss my brother.
help you was that, you know, from the Chappelle show, I had plenty of love from people that was giving it up from being fans of the show. And that was fuel. I used it as fuel. I continued honing my craft myself better because I always had.
You ever heard of the Pope retiring before? That's up, man. Think about it. The last Pope didn't retire until he was dead for about 4 years. Don't front. You remember they was bringing that money out like Weekend at Bernie's and shit.
A few producers reportedly wanted less Charlie in the lineup because they didn't know how to handle his bold style and strong personality. He didn't fit into their neat little Hollywood box. But Dave Chappelle saw something completely different. He recognized that Charlie had something real that couldn't be manufactured. It wasn't polished by studio executives or shaped by PR teams. It was energy built from real-life experience. And Chappelle pushed to keep Charlie front and center on the show because of that. Charlie also refused to adjust his voice just to make executives comfortable. When he released his stand-up special, I Will Not Apologize, the message was right there in the title. He made it clear he wasn't going to soften his words or walk anything back just because someone in the industry thought it was too raw or too honest.
Dean has been forgiven. I know you've seen it on the news. They forgave him, you know. And I remember the very first day when I heard that scandal break out, I was watching TV and the news came on. They said, today Paula Dean's entire Food Network empire, valued at $17 million a year, has come under jeopardy due to the fact that Paula's been caught using the N-word, otherwise known as. I was in my living room. I was like, wow, 17 million a year for saying the word. It's messed up, man. I say the word about 200 times a day myself. So when they forgave her, you know, I kind of went along with it, because I'm going to be honest with you. As a black man, I didn't get mad when Paula Dean said the word. I got mad about all the recipes she stole from.
And that was fuel. I used it as fuel. I continued honing my craft, make myself better because I always had it in me that it ain't about money. I make a lot of money doing this, yes, but that's not what I'm doing. If I was doing it for money, I wouldn't develop, okay? Money is not going to inspire you to develop. You have to really love what you're doing to develop. You know, it's in.
According to Charlie's own stories, Eddie once told him something important about fame. He said that once you start sharing your personal life, people suddenly feel like they have permission to judge and comment on everything you do. That's a classic trap in the entertainment world, where speaking your truth can invite endless criticism from strangers. But Charlie stayed sharp. He refused to let anyone use him for attention or ratings. He saw through the Hollywood politics, the favoritism, and the idea that you had to play along to earn respect.
Charlie was definitely funny because every time we do Buck Nasty, right? Like he'll be sitting in the back of the time machine, and as soon as they say, "Okay, roll sound," Charlie get to shaking like this. It's not. All right, just show him, like, just give him an example of what it's like to shoot this one. From Doctors. All right, ready? Roll sound. Ready?
5 billion people, and hidden within the ranks of that 6.5 billion, believe it or not, is a secret society, one that spans the globe, comprised of all races and nationalities. And this group of people's sole purpose in life, their sole mission in life, is to aggravate the fuck out of everybody else on the planet. Yes, they've touched the lives of everybody in this room tonight on many occasions. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's signs of their existence all around you.
Because of that attitude, just like Dave Chappelle, Charlie built a reputation that people respected across the entire comedy world. Not because Charlie Murphy followed the rules, but because he refused to let those rules control who he was. That attitude alone made people nervous around him. Charlie had a reputation for speaking openly, and folks knew that if something shady was happening, he might just put it out there for everyone to hear. In an industry where some comedians quietly play along just to stay relevant, Charlie moved completely different. He lived by his own code, and everyone around him knew it. Anyone in his circle, including Dave Chappelle, respected that about him. Dave understood exactly who Charlie was, and instead of trying to compete with that energy, he kept a level of respect and gave Charlie the space to do what he did best. Dave never tried to overshadow him either. When Charlie started telling one of those wild stories, Dave let it breathe, reacted naturally, and played the perfect role in the moment. That balance is what made their partnership so powerful. Charlie brought the outrageous stories that instantly grabbed everyone's attention, while Dave brought the stage, the timing, and the creative genius to turn those moments into legendary comedy sketches. Together, they created something special. And anyone who spent real time around Charlie Murphy knew one thing for sure: he wasn't playing Hollywood games. Behind the scenes, comedians often talked about how Charlie called out shady behavior, refused to flatter powerful people just to move up, and stayed loyal to his own principles. Charlie Murphy truly changed the energy in comedy. He proved that you could be funny, fearless, and completely real all at the same time. Even after Charlie Murphy passed away in 2017, Dave Chappelle made it clear how much respect and love he had for him. During a heartfelt tribute, Chappelle called Charlie a true friend and said the entire comedy world was hurting after losing him. That moment showed just how much weight Charlie carried in the industry. That's why Charlie Murphy was never just Eddie Murphy's brother, and he definitely wasn't only remembered for a few legendary sketches. Charlie built a reputation as someone fearless, honest, and impossible to underestimate. When he spoke, people listened because they knew he was always going to keep it real. Dave Chappelle knew it, the comedy world knew it, and even today, Charlie's legacy still commands serious respect. But here's a real question. Which comedians today carry that same no-nonsense energy? Who still has that bold, tell-it-like-it-is attitude that Charlie brought every single time he stepped on stage? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.